This is something to help when you feel very confined or squished in, when you have that sense of the walls closing in on you and you just really want to break out. You feel you want more spaciousness, more space. And that can be physical. Sometimes we do get stuck at home in quite a small space for a length of time, for instance in lockdown, or sometimes when we're ill at other times. We just get stuck at home. That happens to me quite a lot in the winter. But it doesn't just have to be physical. Sometimes your mental states confine you very strongly. Depressed or gloomy thoughts or fears are often very confining, and worries can really feel like they're pressing in on you from all sides. So this is for any time that you feel squished, oppressed, and you really long for more space, more spaciousness. I meditate in a very small space. I meditate in my hallway, which sounds a lot weirder than it actually is, because it's quite a nice, small, safe, cozy environment. It's got a high ceiling, so it doesn't feel claustrophobic. But sometimes, especially if I've been stuck at home for a while, I do long for more spaciousness. And this is something I just came up with one day when I was feeling like that. So it involves working with the physical body and also with imagination. So it may not work well for you, but just give it a try. Firstly, making sure that you are in a good sitting position, and particularly in this case we want to be as open as possible, so really make sure you've got a really wide base. So if you're cross-legged, just have them as wide as you can. If you're kneeling, try and have your knees wide open as they can be, not tight together. And if you're on a chair, also need to have your legs and therefore feet as wide as possible. They need to be at the same height though, so don't have them on two separate things unless they're exactly the same height. And having your hands supported in such a way that your arms are not tight against your body, they're just relaxed at your sides. And to start off with, just taking your shoulders up and then back and down as far as they can go, down and back, holding them there, feeling that opening of the chest and taking a big breath in, feeling that expansion, and then releasing and relaxing everything, settling into your upright posture again. And now take our attention to particularly the in-breath. And what are the sensations that you feel of the body expanding with the in-breath? So you can probably feel, if you have a waistband on, quite obvious sensations changing with that expansion. And whether or not you're wearing a bra, there will be a sensation of the rib cage opening and expanding just a little with each in-breath. So just focus on that for a moment. Notice how the sides of the rib cage expand, and relax again. And then take your attention to the back and notice how there is opening up and expansion there as well. And of course also the front of the body, the chest, expanding. So you can have a sense of the circumference of the outer limits of your body, almost as though you had a string or a tape measure around there. And every time you breathe in, that measurement changes and gets slightly bigger each time. So we expand probably about 1 centimetre. This circumference gets about 1 centimetre bigger on each in-breath. It depends on your particular body. So having a sense of that, not quite a circle, but outer limits, your body opening and expanding with every in-breath. Really feeling it as much as you can. And really keeping your attention on that outer circumference. So then what we do is, on the in-breath, that enlarges, opens, and you keep your attention at that point, at the limits of its expansion. And as you breathe out again, your attention stays there. It doesn't release back in with the body. Next in-breath, that moves out another little bit, all around you. Out breath, it stays there. So you are constantly keeping your attention with this ever enlarging circle around you. And you just keep going with that. So every time you take an in-breath, your outer limits expand a bit more. Back, sides and front, and if you like, above and below. You can have a sense of kind of soft egg shape all around you that is opening and expanding with every breath. Anytime you lose contact with that outer circumference, doesn't matter, just start again, just come back to your rib cage, start again. Otherwise you just keep going, pushing the envelope a little bit, opening up space around you with every in-breath. So although the outer limits of your body do end at your skin in a way, it's our awareness that is the main purveyor of our limits, so they can expand as much as we can enable them to. Keep on opening up just a little with every in-breath. Walls, doors, none of that matters. You can open up space through all of those. If you like, you can just imagine them moving out, opening up as you push the envelope just a little bit with each in-breath. more and more space all around you. So you can just keep going with this for as long as you want, until you're really resting in infinite space. Or as soon as you've got a sense of release from that confined feeling, you opened up enough space to feel at ease in it, you can just sit, feeling how it is to be released a little bit from whatever was confining you. And maybe that's enabled you to go on to do another sit, or continue with the rest of your day with more openness, more ease, feeling less squished, less oppressed, less confined.